Welcome everyone and thanks for coming. We have the pleasure of having Marc Garneau here today. It's been 30 years since Marc Garneau's takeoff in October 1984, when he left for space, becoming the first Canadian in space. He grew up and attended school in Quebec City. His interests are flying, scuba diving, squash, tennis, car mechanics, and home repairs. In 1969 and again in 1970, he sailed across the Atlantic in a 59-foot yawl with 12 other crewmen. He lives for adventures, making him a great astronaut to come. He attended the Royal Military College of Canada and received a Bachelor of Science degree in Engineering Physics in 1970. In 1973, he then went to study in London, England, where he received a doctorate for electrical engineering. From 1974 to 1989, Marc Garneau served as a naval officer. Then from 1982 to 83, he attended the Canadian Forces College in Toronto. Marc Garneau became the first Canadian astronaut in space as a payload specialist on shuttle mission 41G. He has been on a total of 3 space missions. He was named the Deputy Director of the Canadian Astronaut Program in 1989. He was appointed President of the Canadian Space Agency in 2001, and he later resigned in 2005 to run for the office in the federal election. So Marc, tell us a little bit about yourself and your experience as the first Canadian in space.
Being selected as one of the 6 original Canadian astronauts was unbelievable. I live for adventures and excitement, and going to space would be the ultimate adventure. About a year later, my adventure came true. I became the first Canadian in space and felt obligated to make this mission successful. The whole first day of being in space, I was astonished by the view. When we are on Earth, we feel that the Earth is the whole universe, but up there, the Earth is just a small speck. I have been around the world more than 400 times and spent over 640 hours in space. Seeing the Earth from above hammers home how we are in this together. There are no political boundaries, no country borders visible from above. It especially made me realize how important it is to protect the environment. Because pollution doesn't only affect the country where it is created. We need to work together with all the countries to take the necessary steps to protect the environment. Because ultimately, it's all we've got. Overall, the time being up there was incredible. The people I went with were nice, and we were able to accomplish our missions.
Mr. Garneau, how have you affected Canada as an astronaut?
I like to think Canadians have gained confidence and motivation from my accomplishments. When I was young, nobody thought my dream would come true, but look where I am now. Any unrealistic dream is still possible. My dream happening has sparked hope in other people's dreams coming true. Several years after I first went to space, I have received letters from children and even adults about how they were inspired and they are going on to pursue their dreams. There is no better feeling than having such a positive impact on so many people. The Canadian Space Agency has sent 9 total Canadian space. There are currently plans for more Canadian astronauts to go to space as well. I feel the Canadian Space Agency gained major recognition, which they deserve for all their hard work, and I would not have gone to space without their help.
Mr. Garneau, what do you think the future holds for the Canadian Space Agency and the space programs of other countries around the world?
Even in the past 30 years since I went to space, the Canadian Space Agency has sent 8 other astronauts to space, some of which on multiple occasions. I feel that in at least 100 years we will have space stations up there for the public to visit. The technology we have is incredible and it gets even better with each new generation. I wish everyone can experience going into space because it truly is like nothing I have ever experienced before. I am lucky to live in such a great country that gave me this wonderful opportunity, and I hope everyone will be as lucky as I am. I'm excited for what the future holds, and I hope I can be a part of the new adventures to come. We have put a man on the moon in 1969. Next is putting a man on Mars. Who knows what we will be doing after that? The possibilities are endless. When I was the president of the Canadian Space Agency, it was difficult to work with the budget you have. As president, the team and I had so many great ideas to do but couldn't afford. One fault of space travel is the cost. It's hard for countries to afford space travel, and this is a major setback for space exploration. Understandably, it is important for us to take care of ourselves here and take care of the planet.
Mr. Garneau, why did you resign from being president of the Canadian Space Agency, and what are your plans as a politician?
I love working at the Canadian Space Agency, and all but with my age, it was unlikely I would visit space again. As I said before, I am adventurous and don't like to be tied down to one career. Politics has always interested me, and I felt I could help improve Canada and help Canadians. Since I made the switch 9 years ago, I ran for office in 2006 but lost to a deserving opponent. In 2008, I was elected to the West Mountville-Marie area. I was re-elected and continued to represent the area as a Liberal. All my life I have served my country. First I enrolled in the Canadian Forces, then I became an astronaut and became the president of the Canadian Space Agency, and now I'm the representative for the people of West Mountville-Marie. Hopefully I can continue my career in the Liberal Party and as the representative of the same people, or even a different area. I live and breathe for this country. It has always been good to me, and I would like to return the favor however way I can.
That's enough questions for today. Thanks, Mark, for coming, and good luck with your political career.
It was a pleasure being here with you.